The TRT trend needs to stop.
What's your opinion on the increasing numbers of young men using TRT?
I'm great.
Gay, soy, homosexual. Did I miss anything?
Really concerned by it, truthfully.
There's
Somehow both cringe and cope.
the new trending injection.
It's like a wonder drug.
Makes a big difference.
Fuck yeah.
Strength is going up fucking quick, mate.
But experts are concerned that it's being overprescribed.
Let's fucking be serious here, honestly. Do you really honestly think that many young guys are in need of testosterone replacement therapy? I mean, be honest.
Some blame the influencers.
All these fitness influencers going on YouTube saying,
Alex Eubanks! Toji! The fake gambler? Listen, if you watch the shitness industry without a Giga Chad in the bottom left quadrant, I question your IQ.
wow, my testosterone levels aren't high enough. I need HRT. You don't need it, you're not even close.
But doctors worry this is being driven by predatory clinics, hustling hormones for cash to naive users.
I just get annoyed with these direct-to-consumer marketing and these quack clinics, and so they're basically just trying to sell drugs.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yes, they are in need because Grandpa in World War II had 700 to 800 nanoliters per deciliter.
Today I'm going to teach you some steroid maths.
If a depressed person.
You see, back in my day, we had the fake Natty epidemic. Now, everyone and their mother is a self-proclaimed juicer. But I'm honest about it. I'm not lying to you. Cope cringe continuum. Remedied by a skill issue. It's cringe to be a fake natty. It's cope to be an authentic steroid user.
Stock some testosterone into him, his depression would go.
I just wanted to fight everyone in the gym. I just wanted to get into a fight with someone.
We see this all the time where guys who are doing this in their 20s decide they want to have kids in their 30s and they can't.
Like, have your balls even fully dropped when you started this, bro?
It's a whole lot of risk and pain in the ass that you better know what you're signing up for before you sign up for that shit.
Where do you think this is headed? Just massive amounts of young 20-year-olds taking testosterone?
I think it's headed to the CCP milking clinic. Oh, I've been there, bucko. You don't want to see that. They strap you to this table and they jork it and yank it. Essentially taking your life force away from you.
Once upon a time, in the late 1800s,
the fitness industry loves pulling up the ladder behind them after they created all of this. That's exactly right. What an astute observation.
a French scientist injected himself with a mix from dog and guinea pig testicles, claiming it made him feel younger. His experiment grabbed attention, but it wasn't backed by real science. It wasn't until decades later that scientists made a breakthrough, synthesizing testosterone from cholesterol, earning the 1939 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. This transformed treatment for low testosterone, helping men with fatigue, weak muscles, and delayed puberty. But athletes also saw his edge, and as Arnold, Mr. Olympia,
dude,
and gym culture.
All these guys are natty. You see that shit? It's 2025, dude. Really? You're throwing up to Elon? That's crazy.
Rose. Steroid use exploded.
It's showtime.
Although testosterone...
I think Arnold is responsible for a lot of this. The golden era of bodybuilding, Venice Beach, muscle psyop.
Was tied to doping, underground bodybuilding, and early deaths. In 1999, WADA banned it, cementing its infamy as a performance-enhancing drug. But a major shift was coming.
Men with low T have Androgel, the #1 prescribed topical testosterone replacement therapy.
A less potent testosterone gel received FDA approval in 2003.
I put Astrogel on my balls.
Making TRT easier than ever before. Drug companies began to push low T as a common problem, focusing on the pain points for the average man.
Man, not feeling like you used to?
Experiencing less success in the bedroom? Don't have the energy that you used to?
And besides, you've gained so much weight. I mean, really, you jiggle. I jiggles more than
Says the high-calorie individual. That's crazy.
I do.
After around 30, testosterone levels naturally decline, slowly. And that's exactly where the marketing focused.
But that's supposed to happen. It's almost like you're aging.
Men 45 and older just don't feel like they used to. Are you one of them?
With an aging population, and TRT designed as a lifelong treatment, it became a goldmine.
Yeah, I guess I confused it with Astroglide and Androgel. Imagine using it as lube. Shit would be anabolic. Doing drop sets with my cock.
Private clinics popped up, skipping insurance to sell testosterone for cash, fast and easy.
Come on, you've got a life to live.
With many clinics using online questionnaires for screening, asking questions like, do you feel fatigued?
You know what's funny too? All of these testosterone commercials are marketed towards men in the bedroom. Not feeling yourself? Can't get a stiffy? Unable to pitch a tent? TRT is here to help. Where my mind goes, I'm like, I'm going to PR. I'm going to lift all the weights. I'm going to leave humanity behind.
Lower mood, or fall asleep after dinner, while commercials presented impressive transformations.
Man up. Give it a shot.
Unsurprisingly, prescriptions increased fourfold in men 18 to 45 years old.
It's almost kind of predatory marketing TRT as Viagra. Like, sure, it'll help. But you're pulling on the heartstrings of men past their prime.
Between 2003 and 2013, with prominent celebrities opening up
Grumpy wife? Unhappy life?
About their positive experiences with the jab.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Many top performers.
It just doesn't help that this is literally Chad medicine. Are you gay? TRT is here to help. Become a Chad.
Are rumored to use it. Some even call Bezos the unofficial TRT ambassador.
Random question: do you think Jeff Bezos is on steroids?
100%.
Oh, really? I have no opinion.
Which is worse, doing TRT or smoking weed? See, here we get into the weeds because a lot of people think that TRT is life affirming and smoking weed is the opposite. And what I mean by that is you'll get a lot of bodybuilders cope about, well, I take steroids, but I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm the epitome of health. Like, sure, but you're also hypertrophying your heart and your blood panels are all out of whack. You can no longer endogenously produce testosterone. You're relying on a needle for the rest of your life. Let's call a spade a spade. Whereas like smoking weed affects your lungs and your, depends who you talk to. Well, I'm productive on weed. At the end of the day, it's a depressant. It doesn't really stimulate you. It slows you down. So I would honestly say TRT is, see, it's hard though, because men who, see, this started as like men who needed it, medically speaking. I don't know if they've addressed all of their other facets of life, like sleep, diet, and exercise, sunlight, community, socialization. If you've done all of those things and you're absolutely dialed and you still have low testosterone, there's some sort of signal problem going on. Like, I look at my family members. My grandpa's not on TRT. He's 81. My dad's not on TRT. And he's 62. A lot of people convince themselves that they need it. It's like, no, you're just getting old. You're not supposed to have the energy level of a 27-year-old schizo ranting in his basement. I'm sorry.
I really don't know.
Mel Gibson, Stallone, Hugh Jackman.
Some men just
The problem is, TRT in itself is anabolic. You will have a super physiological effect on TRT, meaning the natty limit of what is achievable as a natural, the lid gets blown off. You have now uncharted lands and new territory for what you can achieve. And that's really enticing for a lot of people. But they're just like, no, it's replacement. I swear.
Have elevated levels of testosterone. And I would say if you look at Kumail and if you look at me, you'd be like, well, sure.
So as a 35-year-old man, I'm just supposed to rot? Yeah. Pretty much. What do you mean rot? How are you rotting?
Those two guys must have elevated levels of testosterone naturally because...
It's really annoying because an absolute pipsqueak like Kumail Nanjiani beforehand, bro. Check this shit out. Now it's hard to find pictures of the guy without a Chad face. Look at this motherfucker, bro. Look at him! What are we talking about? Look at his masseters, bro. It's literally Giga Chad medicine. Are you a soy liberal? Do you have cuckold fantasies? Now you can become the bull.
They're just, you know...
His fucking face changed! He grew muscles in his face.
Alpha dog monsters.
The 2020 lockdown drew even more users. With online healthcare booming, private TRT clinics made treatment easier than ever before through virtual consultations.
Online consultations, bro, for TRT. Yeah, I'm just like weak and I'm tired and yeah, I don't. Maybe you goon way too much. Maybe you don't eat enough calories. Maybe you eat too many calories. Maybe you sleep like shit. Maybe vaping 16 hours a day is not good for you. It's all just cope.
It took on a Hollywood prestige. Get dressed. With seemingly everyone.
And it doesn't help that Hollywood does promote this.
Hinting at the same thing.
Muscle. It's like a wonder drug.
Feel sharper.
Fucking Alan Richardson. Jesus got me jacked.
Stronger and anxiety-free. It's quite the promise.
There's a fork in the road. The low testosterone path is miserable. If you take the limitless male path, you can change your life and your future.
The limitless male path.
I wanted to know why top doctors and fitness experts were sounding the alarm. But the horror story is true, because here's the thing, TRT is awesome. Imagine feeling depressed, fatigued, and unable to focus. A doctor diagnoses you with a testicular deformity, explaining your low testosterone and symptoms. Then he offers you a shot to restore your testosterone to healthy levels, boosting your mood, your strength, your focus, and vitality. The synthesis of testosterone, and a Nobel Prize for a reason, is life-changing. But it's not just testicular damage that can lower testosterone. Male testosterone levels...
Sir, says right here on this here chart, your nuts are way too big. Depressed? Could never be me.
declining for decades.
And that's for a variety of reasons. One is that we are seeing more comorbid conditions. So we know that as
this looks like AOC on trend.
You have more diabetes, more high cholesterol, more high blood pressure. Those things are correlated with having lower testosterone.
Along with endocrine disruptors, such as microplastics in the environment.
There's microplastics in my balls. There's motor oil in my food.
This can result in issues in the hypothalamus or pituitary gland, the place that signals the testicles to produce testosterone. And this is where the lines start to get blurred.
That people are now searching...
Dude, I don't know if it's just because I'm built different, but when I thought 26 was bad, when you turn 27, and you work out on a regular basis, you hydrate, you eat whole foods, you have quality sleep, I am feral. I feel like I'm on TRT, and I don't take shit. 0 supplements. I will never touch steroids. No SARMs. Nothing. Nada. Not even a Flintstone fucking vitamin. Absolutely cracked and dialed.
For the magic pill, the drug that can replace hard work.
Maybe it's NoFap.
And a healthy diet, but it's trending upwards at
I'm raw.
an ever alarming rate.
Fitness experts argue that many are using TRT as a quick fix for issues like poor sleep, bad diet, and high stress, rather than addressing the root cause. As shown by this post in the TRT subreddit, me 6 weeks into TRT, praying for a six-pack while still eating junk food. A common frustration is being diagnosed with healthy testosterone levels, despite showing symptoms, only for doctors.
I just feel potent and virile. Absolutely teeming with masculine life force. A lot of people don't give themselves time. They don't even afford themselves the opportunity to get in check. They just look for a band-aid, a fix-all, a magic bullet to do all the work for them.
To deny prescriptions. It's this grey area which many clinics are exploiting.
Congratulations, your T levels indicate that you are a loser.
To sell testosterone to people who don't actually need it. And this is where TRT becomes TRT.
Where do you think this is headed? Are there going to be just massive amounts of young 20-year-olds taking testosterone?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yes. That's what the fitness industry is.
There is a worrying trend, especially on social media now, of young men jumping on TRT to make gains in the gym.
Testosterone maxing is what the news sites labelled it. Joseph Wells started TRT at 18. Now a personal
Yo, it's so over for you, bro. TRT at 18?
Right now, he's on over 5 times the dose that most doctors prescribe.
Dismantling my 1,000.
Yeah, this is just a lesson in instant gratification. The thing is, TRT works. It works really well. But if you've ever watched The Substance, you're not respecting the balance. You want to burn bright? Well, you're gonna crash hard. There's no cheating biology.
1,260 milligram per week testosterone cycle. Because people think I'm insane for doing this, I'm not. It's actually quite a safe cycle.
Your prostate's gonna fucking turn into a balloon animal. Holy shit. That little golf ball is gonna turn into a fucking basketball real quick.
With limited side effects.
Normal testosterone levels for men range from 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter.
I don't even want to know what mine is, bro. Fucking over 9,000, that's for sure.
But many are pushing it well beyond that.
I feel like I have the testosterone level of a bull shark. A Kodiak bear. Maybe I'm just... Maybe my androgen receptors are just firing on all cylinders. I don't know.
This is where the term testosterone replacement therapy starts to get questionable.
Because a lot of guys they think they're on TRT, but it's like you're on mini enhancement territory. Let's just level.
Yeah, I'm on a safe cycle. Bro dies 3 years later with a stroke.
With what it actually is, and just be aware of that.
Wells says he started TRT out of insecurity, admitting I was pretty naive and just wanted to get more jacked. But he doesn't regret it.
See, social media makes this very dangerous because you have these kids hop on TRT. And they get the muscles, they get the bodies, they become chads. You know, they get the Instagram hoes, they get the following, they get money. And it's all chalked up to TRT. Their house of cards is built on a needle. Once it blows over,
it, claiming it helps with recovery and muscle growth.
Can I blast at the age of 17 to 18? For sure, like what's stopping you? That's what I did.
While steroid use was once taboo, many influencers are now openly sharing their usage and the benefits on social media.
Within a 6-month period, I was able to lose 70 pounds of body fat and put on 10 pounds of lean, solid muscle.
Mostly overwhelmingly positive.
This whole biohacking min-max optimization is just killing people.
My strength is going up fucking quick, mate.
And encouraging people to visit a clinic. Others are saying, I definitely think the average young man should be on a low dose of testosterone prescribed by a doctor.
So TRT is still natural. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it is.
TRT is the new fake natty for some people. It's like, oh, you know, I'm not actually doing anything, but in reality...
Imagine using steroids to gain 10 pounds of muscle.
The baseline state you've imposed is exogenous, as in externally administered, and not representative of what you could sustain with natural function.
In a large percentage of young guys who say that, it's a soft launch for I'm on steroids.
A particular worry for naive users who see it as a magic bullet solution.
People who actually have been relying on these things as crutches for a lack of effort just simply pisses me off because you haven't even tried. You haven't even tried. Or you might be a fitness model and think you need to do this stuff. I'm not buying it.
This sentiment...
True. A lot of people don't understand how much of an epidemic this is. You have kids in high school getting on TRT, which is just a normal cycle at this point.
Is highlighted in the comments. I'm tired of seeing 7.
Jeff Cavalier, Natty or not, there's no shot. Jeff Cavalier's Natty. But he only has sweets one time a year. Dude. Just duck eggs. Dude, he's not even that big. He's just lean, bro. His fucking biceps are the size of bowling balls. What are you guys on? Dude, I swear to God, this shit in this industry is so diluted.
17-year-olds juiced up to the gills in my gym. It's gotten out of control. I'm one of the rare few.
He might be natty, but his weights are fake, which might even be worse than being a fake natty.
Who hit my natural peak after 2 weeks of putting in work. They reached their natural limit of patience. As a result, there's plenty of young teenagers looking to start taking testosterone to gain muscle and feel better.
Like, have your balls even fully dropped when you started this, bro?
Like, no, dude.
Many are concerned by the popular light in which TRT misuse is shared.
If you're depressed, just take steroids. Men's mental health only exists because of low testosterone.
If you're a creator on TikTok and your whole platform is based around talking about steroids, advising people what to take, getting excitement out of this, and also selling steroids, you are the scum.
Teens are just retarded. But it's not just teens. There are literal social media influencers who have coped their way into getting on TRT at the ripe age of 22, 23, 24. You haven't even lived life yet. Imagine your grandpa in the fucking trenches, World War II, in the foxholes, or in Vietnam. You think TRT crossed his mind? No shot.
Of the off. To say that you could take TRT generally with no consequence would be very misleading in my opinion.
Because unfortunately, testosterone injections do come with risks.
It can make you infertile. It can lead to more risk of heart disease, increase of cholesterol. It can affect your liver,
In World War II, they look like a stick, but T levels over 9,000. There's a lesson in there.
Your organs. It can be very damaging, especially when abused.
Most young men aren't screened for heart issues, making unmonitored high-dose TRT even riskier. It can also affect future fertility, as TRT suppresses natural testosterone and disrupts sperm production, possibly causing permanent infertility.
And we see this all the time where guys who are doing this in their 20s decide they want to have kids in their 30s and they can't.
You are impotent. Sorry. You nuked your sperm count.
Estimates say maybe about 1 in 20 infertile men are that way because of testosterone.
Actually, I don't think that's the actual mechanism. Let's get to the bottom of it. Why does testosterone reduce fertility? There's a negative feedback loop on the hypothalamus and pituitary. Reduced LH and FSH. Reduced sperm production. The drop in intratesticular testosterone and disruption of the spermatogenesis leads to low sperm count, oligospermia, or even no sperm, azoospermia. Dude, I don't even want kids.
High testosterone can increase sebum secretion, causing oily skin, leading to severe acne.
You notice my skin has just absolutely changed. The texture has changed.
The only real shit side effect is just the acne, mate.
In other words, if you think megadosing testosterone will help you look like sebum,
I take a mix of TRT and Ozempic, that's fire, bro.
You could end up with sebum at home.
And I was crying into the bed, and it was so painful.
It can also speed up hair loss in men, genetically prone to male pattern balding. Male breast tissue growth becomes more likely, and sleep apnea can worsen.
Some people become raging assholes.
Imagine becoming bald and growing tits. That's diabolical.
People with barely TRT levels of steroids, just like 1.5.
Yes, puffy nipples, gynecomastia, female breast tissue growth.
Times the normal amount, they will Jekyll and Hyde into a different.
Because as you increase testosterone, your body produces estrogen to match, and what you get is gynecomastia. Puffy, hard nipples.
And person.
Today, I just
That's the screech of the blood eagle.
wanted to fight everyone in the gym. I just wanted to get into a fight with someone.
And the risk of blood clots increase.
I can't say definitively that's what caused my blood clots, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what caused my blood.
Dude, what happened? How are you not shredded on TRT?
Blood clots.
My advice to you.
Imagine being on TRT and not working out. You're just one of those guys who can't get a boner anymore. But you're still like skinny fat.
Guys, is that whatever you were looking to
This guy's 19.
pursue in life, make sure you get an expert to help you and do not take it lightly. Guys.
For older guys with medical issues, TRT can be a lifesaver, worth all the risks. But for the healthy guy, doctors argue it could end up doing
it's Blood Eagle Mike.
more harm than good.
I am on TRT.
Okay, what?
Harry, Josie, and Dr. Mike. Dude, he's a fucking reality television star who just wants to goon. He wants the body for ladies' approval.
Led to that decision.
I went and did my blood, and my doctor was.
Yeah, but there's so many factors. Like, you could have low testosterone because you went and drank too much the night before and you had shitty sleep. One blood panel is not enough. You're not clinically low in testosterone. Maybe your lifestyle is shit. But now you're super juiced and overclocking your body.
Was like, hey, he's like, your test levels are fine, like it's all good. Okay. But he's just like, you could be better.
Oh no.
And
dude, his fucking license should be revoked. You trying to get optimal, bro? You trying to get absolutely dialed?
Hyper optimization.
And I was like, let's juice me up.
Which begs the question, how are so many younger guys
It could be better, a little soft. How much you bench?
able to get access to TRT?
There are...
Because these designer clinics started popping up out of nowhere. There's no regulation. You can get virtually prescribed T, bro. Which means, can you be virtually prescribed E? Can I get a virtual consultation? Be like, I'm trans. I'm literally trans. I'm a woman. I can't get these thoughts out of my head. Please, please, I need the transmaxing medication.
Probably millions, young men and older men taking exogenous testosterone.
Conservative estimates suggest that prescriptions for testosterone grew from 7.3 million to more than 11 million between 2019 and 2024.
Do you really honestly think that many young guys are hypogonadal and in need of testosterone replacement therapy?
Everyone on the planet has experienced low mood, brain fog, and tiredness. Compared to social media influencers, experienced low mood, brain fog, and tiredness. Compared to
on TRT, by the way. Just never wanted to actually bulk.
to social media influencers and Hollywood action stars, 99% of people have difficulties gaining muscle. And this is the dilemma.
For all the years up to this point, what people
ruining hog function just to get mocked by fat dudes and natties with good humor, that's right.
Focused on was nutrition, workout routines, solid interest in bettering their physiques and getting themselves in shape. There is such a disturbing trend right now where those search terms and even those interests have been replaced by TRT, or interest in TRT, SARMs, peptides, Ozempic.
It's certainly what endocrinologists are finding.
What we see most of, though, is not the athletic, healthy guys. It's the people with more of a functional hypogonadism. So they have other chronic health problems that's just making the whole system shut down a little bit. Obesity, diabetes, sleep apnea, and other medications, by the way.
In a 2022...
Is Ozempic bad for you? I would never take it. Appetite suppressant? People have gone blind. Their innards have, like, evaporated. Muscular atrophy, known as sarcopenia. When it comes to transhumanism, I'm pretty traditional and conservative. Like, sure, modern medicine is marvelous. Saves lives. But it's also used as like as a security blanket when you're not actually addressing the problems, okay? Obesity, fatness, is 100% just an energy equation. Do some sets of putting the fork down, progressively overload, eating less, and moving more. Because if you take Ozempic, sure, you may will yourself into a caloric deficit with the help of those substances. What happens if you get off Ozempic? What you really need to do is tackle the issue, the root cause. If you have termites in your house, do you just kill the termites that you see? Or do you get to the fucking root, the nucleus of the issue? Lesson in there.
JAMA study. A doctor posed as a 34-year-old with high testosterone, seeking fertility preservation. And despite the contradiction, 6 out of 7 clinics offered him TRT.
TRT is becoming like a very
it's my daughter, Michaela!
popular, almost trendy fad nowadays where a lot of people are haphazardly jumping on testosterone replacement that may otherwise not even need it.
Researchers like Ruman worry that men's health clinics promote unrealistic ideas of masculinity, making it seem like the only thing standing between you and the perfect man is willpower and a testosterone shot. Medicalized masculinity. Testosterone levels fluctuate throughout the day. It's typically lowest in the evening. Doctors suggest some clinics are exploiting this to get men diagnosed with low testosterone.
So what a lot of these clinics would do...
You need to be training harder than last time and buying cookbooks!
And I've heard this anecdotally, is they would check them late at night, but label as if they were doing them in the morning.
This way, they can put it on the insurance as a medical necessity.
You know, I just get annoyed with these direct to...
So are these doctors profiting off the overprescription of TRT? Is that what's really happening here?
Consumer marketing and these quack clinics. And so there's a ton of these, right? Because testosterone's a sexy thing. And so these clinics, especially these online clinics or whatever, they're based.
Some people are just not going to fucking make it, bro. They're just so lost. Low agency, literal NPCs. Wake up! Screw on your balls.
Actively just trying to sell drugs.
Some influencers have been criticized for taking TRT to stay unhealthily lean or to bulk up for social media.
They can test your testosterone levels in 20 minutes. And my shit was like...
Bro's a walking billboard for TRT.
$350. They were like, we can get you on test. And I was like, bro, why haven't I done it? So they pinned me right there. And it was great.
Think about this. Holy sh! He walks in. 20 minutes later, they say you're at 350. Here are your options.
Why did the Liver King get dragged so hard, but guys like Greg and Dr. Mike do almost exactly the same thing? Well, Liver King lied about being on steroids. He was then exposed by a trusted individual in the shitness industry, known as More Plates, More Dates. You can take steroids in the fitness industry. People will respect you for it. In fact, people at the top are all juiced.
So you want to get an injection? 10 minutes later, he's getting an injection.
The concern is that the fitness industry is becoming more about aesthetics, often at the cost of long-term health.
It's now staggeringly simple to obtain them, and examples are fed to kids on their phone before they even get out of bed in the morning.
If we were to go back to 2013, 14, 15, would we have...
This guy's also on TRT. And he has some pretty impressive training achievements for somebody his age. But it's like, is that you or is that the TRT? Obviously, you need the willpower and the determination. But just, why not do it natty? Now there's like a 62-year-old cyborg completing all these triathlons. Yeah, Michael Hearn's natty.
Before they even get out of bed in the morning.
If we were to go back to 2013, 14, 15, would we have said there's going to be a lot of people in their young 20s who are going to be taking testosterone and linking you to testosterone clinics? This is how easy it is, guys. You can walk in, pay for a testosterone test, and then they can say, here are your options.
Money talks. That's not just doctors and personal trainers being upset over losing business. TRT clinics often offer a quick fix, masking deeper and more serious health issues.
Yeah, don't just take testosterone therapy. You better know why. And so we end up getting these referrals. People are on testosterone already, and we have to figure out, well, do they have a hypothalamic pituitary tumor, or did their testicles just fail, which can happen, or whatever.
My testicles never fail. My balls never falter.
You know, and sometimes we end up diagnosing these big tumors up in their brain that went undiagnosed because they just got put on testosterone.
The haphazard prescription of testosterone can result in people overlooking much deeper issues that doctors need to treat as quickly as possible.
If a 35-year-old healthy athletic person develops true clinical hypogonadism, low testosterone, it either means their hypothalamus and their pituitary aren't working, or their testicles have failed for some reason, and that needs to be diagnosed.
Think of how rare that is, though.
And the underlying root cause needs to be treated. And that person might be still trying to have a family. So you can't just suddenly start giving people drugs, you know, testosterone, because that doesn't do anything. They might have a big fat tumor up in their hypothalamus and pituitary.
If you're dealing with undiagnosed sleep apnea or poor diet and exercise, boosting testosterone won't fix the root cause.
A lot of people develop sleep apnea because their neck gets so muscular. Dude, sometimes my brain fires at 1 million neurons a minute. I blend words together. Muscle and neck, muck. M-U and then C-K. Maybe I have a brain tumor. What I was saying was, some very muscular people develop sleep apnea because their neck becomes so muscular.
Some argue that current marketing may actually deter those who truly need it.
You got movie stars and actors calling their steroid use therapy. That makes it seem like hormone health is just about results in the gym.
I am really on a push now to rename what people call TRT.
All of these people are on drugs.
Testosterone replacement therapy, because indeed some people have low testosterone and need it replaced. There are probably millions of young men and older men taking exogenous testosterone injections. They're doing what I call testosterone augmentation therapy.
Let's make a very clear distinction. Genuine TRT is a potentially life-saving treatment for those who actually need it. People getting prescription TRT despite not needing it. It's just people doing steroid cycles. Perhaps a safer route for bodybuilders who are risk-aware and would otherwise be buying from sketchier places. But TRT, the haphazard overprescription of testosterone, is masking more serious issues, prioritizing.
Women went hard on body image stuff in media, and men have been psyoped to killing themselves with TRT and PEDs. Let's call it what it is. It's Capri Sun, clear as day.
Profits over health, or overstating the benefits and downplaying the negatives.
Are not necessarily the best combination for improving the health outcomes of those that need it or protecting those that don't from messing themselves up.
And this is why doctors and fitness experts suggest the TRT trend needs to stop.
Scientists have found...
Thanks. I'll take my advice from all the influencers who are on TRT. Thank you very much.